What is going on, ladies and gents? Good to see us all here today. What is up? What is up? What is up? Say what's up down below. We got a pretty awesome session here today, guys. I'm pretty stoked for it. It's going to be a bit of a hybrid session today, full on long form Q&A, completely unlimited, and we're also going to rock some product research exercise as well, which would be super fun. I think you guys are going to really enjoy this today. Say what's up down below as well. Let me see who we got. Who we got? Bobby in the house. Very nice. Very good to see us all, guys. We got Bob, we got Darius, very good. We got Albert, we got Susan, we got Greg, good to see you. Jared, good to see you, sir. My man Joey, good to see you. Jordan, great movement, brother. Love to see you bust and ask consistently every day, as well as yourself, Marina. Love to see it. Great movement overall. Michael, welcome to your first session, sir. Good to see you. Moko, my brother, good to see you. Robin, as always, good to see you, good sir. Ron, what is going on, brother? Congrats on the $10,000 day yesterday, Ron. Very nice. Ryan, congratulations on your movement as well. Great post. Appreciate that. All the amazing words. Appreciate you so much, my friend. And congrats on your traction and results as well. I'm excited to scale much further, my friend. Sebastian, good to see you as well. Sean, welcome. What's going on? Spencer, see you busting ass consistently as well. Very nice. Teresa, good to see you. Tina as well, always making the moves. And my man Eugenus. Guys, I'm excited, okay? Because not only do we have a long form full-on Q&A today, but I do want to go ahead and do some product research exercise for us and give us some insane markets and niches that I already know are selling extremely well, right? So guys, give me a one down below if you think that's pretty awesome that we're going to go through some markets, do some product research exercise live today. And I'm just going to give you the markets I want you to look in because I already know what's selling, right? So I'm just going to give you those markets and I'm just going to deliberately tell you what products are selling as well. Give me a one if you guys think that's kind of cool, right? And why would Justin want to do that? Well, frankly, I want to see every single fucking one of us win. So I'm going to go ahead and just give every single solitary thing I know about what's selling and what's already doing well to my students. That's what I do. So first and foremost, I'm excited to go over this. Yes, we're going to go over everything. Yes. Hey guys, yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw, on the new brand, we hit our first 10K day on that brand, right? And you guys remember it was like 2-3 weeks ago, we were doing like 1, 2K, 3K a day, like that 10K a day already, right? And I want to break down for us here today how much easier it is to achieve numbers like this than we imagine in our head, right? And I'm going to walk us through how. So first and foremost, one of the things I want to go ahead and cover, and guys, just give me a 2 down below if everyone's ready. Everyone has, like, get your pen, your paper, everyone's ready to go. I know we're only 2 minutes in. I do want to get going into this. Perfect. All right, everyone's paying attention. Let's focus. We're going to go into some hot markets today. I'm going to show you guys how I use Calidata, and I'm going to kind of break down exactly the whole process in terms of like how I'm finding 10. Oh my God, there were some people I didn't let in. I forgot to unenable the wait room. Just fix that. Perfect. What is up, guys? For everyone joining, good to see us all. I'm going to run through that all again. Very good stuff. Welcome. Just let everybody in and disable the wait room. Guys, today we're having a full-on long-form Q&A session, but we're also going to go through full-on product research. Okay, I'm going to do some live product research in front of us here as well. We're going to also be having a long-form Q&A also, guys. So feel free to raise your hands, get your hands raised. We're going to go right through it, but we're going to do some product research exercise, and we're going to kind of jump back and forth between questions, product research, and we're going to have a pretty cool session today. So it seems like we're super stoked to see us all. Spencer, good to see you. Love to see our cameras on as well. Love to see you guys paying attention and everything. Love to see it. Spence is ready to rock. Very cool. But guys, like I said, we're going to do something kind of cool today. Kirill, good to see you, sir. Who else hopped up? We got Abe, good to see you, brother. Very nice. Emmanuel hopped in. My man Fletch, good to see you. Ian, good to see you. EJ, very good. Jeff, good to see you, sir. Welcome to one of your first sessions. Jeff, good to see you, sir. We got Jordan jumped in as well. Justin, good to see you, brother. Hopefully all is well. Kingsley in the house as well. Very nice. Miriam, very good to see you. Very good. Perfect. Making sure we got everyone. Jason, very nice. Yerson, perfect. Okay. So ladies and gents, as we know, we're going to go ahead and just have a great session today. Okay. So please plan to be here for quite some time. I'm going to take my time. We're going to do some product research. We're going to have a long form Q&A, and we're going to sit here for 9 hours straight if we need to. Right. And we're going to answer every single solitary freaking question that comes up the entire time. And I'll sit here for 9 hours. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about it. And like I was just saying before I let us all in, because I forgot to undo the waiting room for like the first 2 minutes. So I'm good to see us all here. We're going to be jumping into product research. I'm going to be deliberately giving you the products I already know that are hot. I'm already going to tell you the markets that I already know are selling, right? I'm going to give you the niches that are already doing well, right? Not only do we have the systems here, guys, at BSF that walk you through how to do every single part of the process, but I'm just going to go ahead and deliberately just tell you as well what's hot, what's doing well. We've been doing some insane research over the last 6 months, and obviously We're doing quite well. One of the new brands right now, right? We're at 10K a day already. If you guys noticed, that brand was doing like maybe 2-3K a day only a few weeks ago. It's already at 10K a day, right? And I'm going to go through the entire process to you guys so we can actually break down the glass ceiling barrier as to how e-commerce, I truly believe, is as easy as it was in 2017 right now. And no one actually realizes it, right? Why does no one realize it? Well, because there's so many people who like tried e-commerce in 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and got burned, right? So many people who have done e-commerce, they tried to do it themselves. They had no guidance, they had no coach, or they work with some scrub, right? And they had no systems, they had no anything, right? So a lot of people got burned, right? A lot of people don't like, will never go through to e-com with a 10-foot pole, right? And that's what I love about this industry, right? Because with AI and everything coming out and all the softwares and tools and things that we have access to that are brand new to the marketplace over the last like maybe year or two, it has not been easier in literally nearly a decade. Okay. And we need to realize that. Okay. Realize that whenever you meet someone, right, they always typically have like an opinion on e-com or drop shipping, like, and usually the person doesn't know anything about anything, but they always have an opinion, right? Give me a 2 down below if you guys noticed that as well. It was almost got like, and only if you've seen that in your life, but people still typically have an opinion on e-commerce and drop shipping, right? The person that you actually speak to, maybe your family member, that classic person who, is like anti-entrepreneurial, whatever. I've noticed that, right? And I truly believe, right, it's because of the last decade, right? E-commerce, it's not an easy thing, right? It's not an easy thing. We don't just throw crap at the wall and like we always say, hope it sticks. We do heavy research. But when we actually know what's doing well, yeah, right, Spence. When we actually know what's doing well, right? And we know the system, we know the process, we know the layout, we know how to write the ad copy, we know how to structure the landing page, we know to use Kaching Bundle, we know the whole process, and we know how to make the funnel perfect. Right? For us, it's easy, but for someone else, it's nearly impossible for someone just to guess like the right way to do it, right? You have to be here or know someone that knows what they're doing, right? So let me walk us through it. One of the biggest things I want us to understand is when you're starting e-commerce in 2026, it's easy because you're focusing on not only selling one unit, but selling offers, right? Selling buy 2, get 1, selling buy 3, get 2, right? That's one of the biggest things for us. So what I want us all to understand, right? And one of the things I want to go ahead and do here as well, I'm going to try to pull this up and I'm just going to kind of like take notes here for us because guys, one of the things that I want to do, by the way, you guys know Brez, right? Brez is one of my clients. Okay. Now, one thing I want to go ahead and show you guys, and I'm going to do this more so. If you guys would like this, because you guys know I'm very like, we'll have long sessions. We'll go through so much. We'll give lots of value. I think it would be cool if I had one of those notepads where I would draw on it, and then it would be on the screen. You guys can see my drawing, right? I think that would be really, 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 really cool. Yeah, Darius, we're gonna be here for like hours, bro. So you could hop in now, take a little bit in, do what you got to do, go to work, come back in an hour or two. We're gonna be having long form Q&A regardless, brother. So you're good to go, Darius. And that goes for anyone as well. If you ever want to pop in, you got to go to the dentist or something, hour or two. Chances are we're still going. We're still rocking and rolling. So feel free, Darius. You're good. And we're also recording it as well. So the part that you missed, please make sure you catch up on the recording. And that goes for anyone who ever misses anything. So first thing we have to realize is what is the actual most important part of building your business in the first place? Obviously, it's product, right? Now here's the thing. At this point, we're not selling, right, shit like, picture frames, right? We don't sell shit like picture frames and crap like that, or still items that have no purpose, right? We don't sell items that don't have true utility. Okay. We actually like to sell, okay, products that have emotion, okay, and straight pain. Okay. Now here's the thing. It is a completely different ball game selling these types of two products, right? Picture frames, still items have no purpose, shit like this. Okay. And here's the thing. This isn't even like take the tree out, because I actually had a successful client, Zach, who we scaled to $250,000 a month selling plants, right? But plants are typically utility. You could go into deep about like the oxygen in the air and things like that, the type of plant, whatever. I'm really talking about this, the thing that it's in. We don't sell stuff like this, right? We don't sell stuff like that. I got you, brother. So what we do want to sell, things like hair loss, okay? If you are losing your hair, you want to grow your hair back. People are very emotional about that, right? They're very emotional about wanting to grow their hair back. Therefore, we're going to sell them hair growth type products. We're going to sell acne removal type products. We're going to sell crow's feet removal when you smile, right? That's crow's feet right there, right? People don't like that, right? Crow's feet removal, right? Cellulite removal as well, okay? Wrinkle removal. One of my favorites right now, ladies and gents, anti-freaking aging, okay? Guys, hint, 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 skincare, anti-aging, okay? Hint, effing hint, okay? Please write it down. Just honestly do all your research only in these two markets. I don't know what's gotten into me, okay? Thank you, Marina. So take the hint, please, guys. Okay, skincare and anti-aging. Fucking live there. Okay, fucking live there. Okay, I'm telling you. And look, you guys know me. I'm not the guy to ever say hone in on one or two markets. But why am I saying that, guys? These aren't just like little small markets. These are massive markets. Okay, but when you actually have this type of ideology, right, and we're going for the products that invoke emotion and pain in skincare, anti-aging, and everything, like I said, right, retinol cream, right? Crow's feet, cellulite, hair loss. Okay. And Albert says, branded only for skincare. So hear me out here, guys. You guys know sometimes when you see the skincare items and they have like the brands on them, like the brand names and stuff like that. Give me a 5 down below if you guys have seen that. Where there's kind of like some branded name, a name on it, or there's a logo or something like that. Give me a 5 down below if you've ever seen that on a skincare product where it already has like a logo or something like that. Okay, realize that most of the time it's not an actual brand. And most of the time it's just perceived value and just a particular logo there that doesn't actually carry much weight, right? What's up, Eric? Good to see you, Eric. Right? That doesn't actually carry much weight, right? And what you want to realize, right, is that you could sell it. Okay. And here's the thing. $190. This is at the point where we had to turn off Shopify notifications on this brand, but I'm just keeping it on, even though it's killing my phone, right? Because it's fun to see, right? But I'm telling you guys, when you get to a point where you get a little bit higher, and this is my next point, we get a little bit higher in spend, the consistency just takes off. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. But my whole point, guys, okay? When there is a ton of branding or logo or text that kind of looks like branded on a skincare product, I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, it's not a brand, guys. Okay, it's not a brand. It's just literally text. Okay, and here's the thing: you can sell it. You obviously want to confirm it's not like a built brand yet, because a lot of the time the suppliers will just put the logos there to help with the conversion rate of the product. Okay, so keep that in mind. So, Spence, I think you asked this, Spencer, in Platinum. I think, hey, if there is a logo or a brand name on a product, can I not sell it? And the answer is you can. You can sell it, right? You just want to confirm it's not an actual brand. Okay, Tara, good to see you, Tara. What's up, Tara? Good to see you. How are you? Awesome to have you on. Tell Ramiz I said what's up as well. Awesome setup, by the way. Okay, now with that being said, guys, I don't want to overcomplicate this. Okay, we're not selling picture frames, items that don't have utility or still crap. We're selling things that have pain and emotion, skin and anti-aging. Right? You guys see the difference, right? Give me a 1 down below if you see the difference. Give me a 2 down below if you don't. And don't be afraid to give me a 2. I'm not going to be upset or give me a 2 down below if it doesn't make sense. Give me a 1 down below if it does. Okay, 2 if it does. All I want you to do is see the difference. Okay, this is very basic, right? We're gonna go deeper. Very good. Lots of ones. And guys, don't be afraid to give me a 2. Okay, if you give me a 2, it's all good. I'll call you up. We'll go back and forth the whole damn thing. Right? Act like we're all in a room together. We're all in a room together, right? I'm in the middle and everyone's in a fucking circle, like we're at a ClickFunnels event. Right? That's what we're doing here. Ramiz, my brother. Good to see you. All right. So, guys, this is the difference, right? We sell products that, and look, this is not new to us, right? This is not new to us. This is obvious, right? But I want you guys to understand that with the ability to use Callow data and PP ads, it has gotten so much effing easier, right? And all we're doing is we're shortlisting products from PP ads and Callow data and rolling it through the BSF product research system. Okay, with a product research system like that, okay, using PP ads and Callow data and rolling it through the BSF product research system, I'm telling you, you have a nearly bulletproof product research system. Okay, this doesn't mean every product you launch is going to do 10K a day, right? But what it means is you're going to probably make good sales on almost every single thing that you launch in a consistent manner, right? Yes, Amazing. And by the way, Bobby, congratulations on your success. And Jordan, congratulations on your success. Guys, want to hear something funny? Jordan was actually in my math class in high school, and I used to copy off him, right? I used to copy off him, and I would get good grades on those, only the ones I copied off Jordan, right? So I appreciate you, Jordan. And now he's absolutely crushing the game with your brand. Congratulations, Jordan. Also to you, Bobby. So to answer both these questions, because this is totally on point for these softwares, Bobby says, do you prefer consumable products above all? So yes, and let me walk you guys through why we do consumable products. Okay, because one of the favorite things I like to do these days is when we're using Kaching bundles, because as we know, guys, we're not just going to be selling like one product. We're going to be selling like, for let's say we're selling this milky toner, right? We're going to have an option to buy one. We're going to have an option to buy two, get one, and we're going to have the option to buy three, get two. Okay. And here's why we do that, guys, because we're using the Starbucks pricing model. And with the Starbucks pricing model, what's going on here is we're actually increasing the price of the single unit item. Okay, we're increasing the price of the single unit item, okay, to be a little bit more expensive, to incentivize people to buy the buy two, get one, and the buy three, get two. You ever go to Starbucks, guys, and you ask for the pricing, and they're like, yeah, the small, whatever they call it, the venti or whatever. The small is like $1.50. And then the medium is like $1.60. And then the large is like $1.70, right? Obviously, if I only have to spend a few cents more, I'm going to go ahead and buy the large. Okay, no, what has happened there is they just upsold me 30 cents. And now all of America is being upsold 30 cents. Okay, and if all of America is being upsold 30 cents, okay, keep in mind, you're probably going to end up making a lot more money, right? Even though it's only 30 cents, right? That's the logic here, right? We're selling hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of products a day on this new brand, right? And almost our average order value was like $70 most of the time, right? Between $60 and $80 on any given day, right? And that's because of the Starbucks pricing model and the buy two get one, and the buy two three get two. So what I want you to understand, okay, to Bobby's question, do you prefer consumable products above all? Yes, I do, because there's more of a reason for people to buy more than one. Okay, stick with me here. There's more than a reason for people to buy more than one. Bobby says, do you prefer consumable products above all? Yes, I do. Okay, but let me walk you. That's not all I sell, but let me walk you through why I love these items. Okay, because they're consumable and there's more of a reason for them to buy more product from me. Okay, therefore, there's going to be more of a natural push for them to buy more product with the higher buy two, get one, and higher buy three, get two products. If you're incentivizing, if you're selling a product that someone only needs one of, they're going to be naturally pushed to buy one. And it's going to be harder for you as an advertiser. Okay. Whereas if you're actually focusing on products that people are buying more than one because they're going to need to buy more when they use all the cream, you're naturally pushing them toward buying more, right? And that's going to increase your average order value, which is going to help you as an advertiser. Okay. So that's why I prefer consumable products, Bob. But we also have brands that do very well that are not creams and things like that, but they're still emotional pain products. Everything we sell is emotional and pain. Okay, nothing else is just generic non-utility items. Okay, Jordan goes, which subscriptions do you have? I think we have the lower one, lower the middle one, Jordan. Whatever, doesn't really matter, right? Just enough so you could use it and not have to run out of credits. The lowest version is all you need, really, to typically use what you need. You just says, do you prefer to solve more logical or psychological mental products? And Jordan says, if you could do both, then you're invest 100%. And Jordan, that's why you do well, right? Typically you're doing both, right? So if you think about it, Jordan, your product is emotional because people love the thing that they're buying it for, right? And it's logical because like they're not going to be around to do what needs to be done. Therefore, it makes sense. So that's exactly correct. What you want to do is a combination of both. But what I want you to understand here, right, rather than like logical or psychological, it's like, what is someone like in pain about? What is someone going to buy and instantly feel better, right? So for example, let's say I have some sort of cream that makes my face shine more, right? As soon as they buy the product and they put it on their face, the cream itself is going to make their face look more shiny and more glowing, right? And that's just the act of using the cream, right? So that's an instant thing, right? So keep that in mind. You want to focus on products where people can get like instant value, right? And not have to like wait. Okay. Yeah, okay, very good. Bobby said, what's the retail price of unit one? So guys, stick with me here, okay? I'm just going to answer these questions, then we're going to get back to the product research focus. So typically, Bob, I want you guys to be making a minimum of like 25, minimum $30 profit per sale, minimum on the first unit, minimum, right? And then typically what I'm making on my buy two, get one, or my buy three, get two is like $55, right? And then, maybe like 65 on the third one, right? So you want to be making at least like 25, 30 minimum on the single unit, Bob, and then you want to, try to make, around $40, $50 and, profit on the buy two, get one, the buy three, get two. But here are the numbers that actually matter. And this is what I want you guys to focus on. Write these down. Our goal is having a conversion rate of 2% or higher. Okay. Average order value of $60 or higher. Okay. A email pop-up opt-in rate of 10 to 12%. Okay. And your pop-up is coming up within 60 seconds of the site loading. And then your email and SMS revenue contributing at 20 to 30%. Okay. That's where you want to be. Write those pieces down. Okay. Those are the metrics that we have to focus on. And those are the products that we typically look for. Okay. Very good. Okay. And it says, are we having the supplier put our name in the product, or is the customer receiving without our name? Correct. So exactly, Manuel. So at first, right, you typically focus on, what the product that you already have access to with the normal branding. Then as you gain momentum and consistency, your supplier is going to automatically do custom packaging for you as well, which is amazing. So it happens later on after you gain momentum and consistency. You don't need to worry about custom branding at first. You just focus on kind of getting momentum, sales, and then you do custom branding thereafter. Very good. Eugenius says, I got it down, but how can we add more value or extra value to a customer without what product does? Well, here's the thing. It's not adding more value, Eugenius. Not adding more value. Quite not at all. It's getting into a market that someone's already okay with buying that particular product because they want that result so bad. So for example, if someone's losing hair, they need to go ahead and they want to regain their hair. If they have acne, they want to lose that acne. It's not how can we add more value with the product, it's how can I get to a market, right, and dial in the messaging enough to showcase them that this product is what they need to solve that pain, right? It's not adding more value, it's presenting your item in the right messaging that actually, goes through and resonates with the person, right? Not adding more value, it's getting in the right market that real pain and emotion exists, right? That's why we only focus on those markets. Very good. Thank you, Ron. Very nice. Perfect. It's right above there, Jared. You got it right above there, brother. Right. So I'll type this down here first as well. So 2% or higher conversion rate, right? We have $60 or higher AOV. We have 10 to 12% opt-in rate on our email pop-up. That comes up within 60 seconds. And then we're going for 20 to 30% of our email plus SMS rev of our revenue through email and SMS. And everyone, please write this down. Shortlist this, please, as well. Perfect. And Michael goes, with skincare, we will have confidence that the product does what it said, 100%. And one of the cool things about it is we have such phenomenal suppliers that the people love the product, right? And this is to my next point. So because people love the product, what we want to focus on doing, guys, is adding with Kaching bundles the same way that we're going to be adding the buy two, get one offers, right? The quantity discounts. We're also going to be adding 30-day money back guarantee, as we always have on our products. Right? Because our products work, because our suppliers are great, right? What you want to do is you want to have 30-day money back guarantee on every single site that you create. Okay, every single site. Write that down. 30-day risk-free trial, right? Because guess what? It's going to double your conversion rate, and a lot of people don't take advantage of it because they like the product, right? Also, the reason that we use Kaching bundles, right, is we offer subscription, right? So when I'm selling products like this, and in a second now, I'm about to go into and do some product research live in front of us, right? We're offering 20% discount, okay, if they get on the subscription, right? So they'll have the option to buy the normal product at the normal pricing, the single unit, the buy two get one, the buy three get two. They have that option, right? Now they have another option to get 20% off either of their choice, right? Because Kaching Bundles allows you to add that, right? So when you have products that are consumables like this, right, you want to have that 20% discount for them to get the subscription, because you can start to build out subscription right away. And there's no overcomplicating it, guys. We're simply having buy one, buy two, get one, buy three, get two by using Kaching Bundles. And then we're simply toggling on the monthly MRR subscription for a 20% discount. That is it. That is what we do. That is what we do. So it's no we're going to overcomplicate anything. That is the structure. That is what's crushing it. That is what's working. Okay. Hell yeah, exactly. Okay. Now, let's actually do some real product research, guys. So all I did here was type in skincare, right? I didn't touch anything. Type in skincare, hit enter. Okay, first thing we want to go ahead and do is we want to bring the top revenue products to the top here, guys. Okay, let's take a look at what we got going on here, right? All right, so we got some skincare products, right? Okay, let's see what we got going on. So we got some acid rice peel, shot type product, okay, over like 400K revenue, right? This is cool. Let me go ahead and hit search. Let me see it. Oh, wow, I got different results and I just typed it. What the hell? Notice, okay, these platforms, guys, when you type things in, oftentimes when you type the same thing in, that means the same thing, okay, but you type it in a little different, you're going to get different results. You saw what I just did right there. I just had skincare typed in and I typed in something else and something else came up, right? These platforms are finicky, and you have to realize that if you have someone who I just type in skincare, you don't type in anything else, you're going to get results of what you're typing in. You need to type in things differently. So you can type in skincare cream, skincare ointment, skin cream. Type in different synonyms for what you're looking for. Don't just type in one thing and think you looked at the whole market. Okay? So we type in skincare here, and this is what comes up. We're always going to sort by highest revenue. Okay? And what we're looking at here is these particular top products. I'm just going to tell you guys off the bat what I already know is doing well. Okay? Guys, this product's fucking killing it. Obviously, we see it killing it here, but particularly, this is doing very, very, very well. Okay, now internally in BSF here, we've scaled this to over 20K days, right? This is a particular super hot product. Okay, and it was a student who did that. Okay, not even us on this product, right? Internally, just by using what we're telling this particular item. Okay, so this is very, very hot. Okay, so what you want to go ahead and do is start clicking on all of them and shortlisting everything and start creating a whole list that you can start going through, right? And notice, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, and I said, so this is a real brand or dropship. How would you verify? So this is an actual real brand, right? So this is a real brand on Calidata, right? Typically, when you're looking on Calidata, these are real brands. When you're looking at like random AliExpress listings and things like that, they're not real brands. On Calidata, they're typically real brands, okay? And these are like Dr. Malaxin is a massive, massive company that started off as a dropship brand, and now they're like a literal, like they're printing money, like millions of dollars a day, like they're fucking printing, right? And that's why they're owning the top search results for skincare, right? We're going to continue down here in a second, right? And what you want to do, aliens, you want to take this particular product, you put it on your product arsenal list, and you'll eventually put it through the BSF system to validate it later on. That's how you verify, right? And these people are a massive Dr. Malaxin. He just goes also what to do if, for example, there's 5 competitors on anti-aging cream and they're all in the angle of anti-aging. So do we try to differentiate or just go with the same angle? So this is a great question, guys. And one thing I want to mention is this. There could be 50 people and more. Listen to me, guys. Okay? There could be 50 people or more doing 100K a month with this one effing product. Okay, you understand? I'll say it again. There could be more than 50 people doing 100K a month with this product at the same time. Okay? These people are doing 2.5 million. Okay? 2.5 million a month. One brand. Okay? Telling you right now, I've seen it happen. Okay? Realize that. So that's number one. Okay? Number two, to answer your question, we're not going to go ahead and try to reinvent the damn wheel. We're looking at the hooks and angles that are already selling and already working. Okay? And we're going to be using those. There's no sense if I see this working for whatever hook and angle reason. And notice what they're doing here, guys. By the way, look at how they're bundled. Look at how they're one of their actual bundles is one of their top sellers, right? This is like just their generic item. And this is their bundle. I'm going to go through that in a second as to why that's a huge breakthrough there. But you want to use the hooks and angles that are already working. right? And that's what you do to get you off the ground and out the gate. So we're not just going to go ahead and try to be different. I'm going to try to model the brand I see milking and doing millions, right? I'm going to try to model it with our structure that we already know converts. And I'm going to get off the ground with the content and what's already available to me, right? And then when I start milking it and starting to sell a lot, right, then I'm going to go ahead and take what I'm making and reinvest it back into getting my own custom content, and then doing more research into the marketing and doing more research into the messaging. Because guess what? Now that I see, okay, these people are buying for these main reasons, phenomenal. Now I'm going to do more homework on my end and find more reasons that people are going to buy, more angles that reason and why people are going to buy, more hooks as to why people are going to buy. Guys, Ron and I have a 35-page document on our product now that we did over the last week, right? That just goes in depth on our avatar as to why they buy, who they are, where they hang out, why they're buying it. 35 effing pages, right? Me, Manny, and Ron put that together. 35 pages of just our messaging. And guess what that's going to do? We're going to break down exactly all the hooks, all the angles, and all the damn different reasons as to why they're buying my product. And guess what? What we're going to do is we're going to create completely different videos based on every single different hook and angle. And then guess what we're going to go ahead and do? We're going to have different campaigns pushing different hooks and angles. And then guess what's going to happen? We're going to have different cost per acquisition and different metrics based on different hooks and angles. Then guess what I'm going to see? I'm going to see which hooks and angles are making me the most money for the least amount of spend. Then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to reallocate my ad spend to those hooks and angles. Again, then guess what's going to happen? My overall cost per acquisition is going to go down even more because I'm spending the same amount, but I'm spending it more efficiently now because I'm doing homework on my messaging and who's buying from me, right? That's how it works, okay? Ron, if you could answer some of these questions down below here, Ron, that would be awesome. So Mary says, there are a lot of supplements, branded skincare products. I remember when I did my research on the products, Ron told me that we should avoid certain types of products because it's difficult to advertise them. So none of my products, no. You want to avoid products that have major claims that don't back it up, really. You definitely got that wrong. You definitely want to get in skincare, right? You definitely want to get in skincare. You want to get in exfoliation. All the products all the markets I've been saying like the last 4 to 5 weeks, 3 months, you definitely do want to get in those. I've been giving hints every master month, right? Yeah, so these types, for example, this type of product right here, like Dr. Malax's actual item, you don't want to sell Dr. Malax's actual item. You want to take inspiration for what's actually selling and then get into this exact market. So for example, when you have skincare products and we see that this is selling, what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to find items similar to what's already selling. So typically, you're not going to sell Dr. Malax's item. You're going to sell an item that gets the same exact thing done as Dr. Malax did, right? And go get it sourced by your supplier. You're also going to go ahead and look down at other particular items and creams as well, right? You're not going to, this particular item is extremely saturated as well. You're not going to straight up sell this item. You're going to see why it sells, the hooks and angles to why it's selling, and sell something that is similar to this product that delivers the exact same type of movement or result. Okay, very good. Yeah, and you don't want to reinvent the wheel, right? You want to start off with the same hooks and angles as to why it's already selling, and then go deeper and deeper and deeper into it, right? And when you already see the hooks and angles as to why something's selling, right? That's what gets you off the ground, and then what gets you scaled further than other brands trying to build the same market, right? Are also other hooks and angles that people want the product for, right? So the main hook and angle that's already selling is what gets you off the ground, and you get deeper scale by finding better angles and finding better hooks, right? Right, that's a phenomenal brand as well, Sebastian. Right, very, very good. And here's the thing, you don't want to copy the big brands verbatim, because like this is saturated, right? This Dr. Malaxin, the exact same item, is saturated by Dr. Malaxin. They own their market. But what you want to do, and for example, this is what one of our really big students did, right? You remember the student that did 25, 30K in like a few hours on Black Friday, right? One of them, that individual was pushing something similar, right? And guess what? Not the same exact item, because if you're pushing exactly Dr. Malaxin, you're going to get an NDA, you get a letter, and it's also, you don't want to sell the same exact thing, but it's a very, very, very similar product with the same result and nearly the same exact hooks and angles, right? Same exact thing you want to do. You take heavy inspiration, right? And then you push. Very, very good. Very good. Bobby, yes, it is something that it's one thing I've done internally, right? And essentially what it is us doing all the homework and research, going into all these forums of seeing why people buy, why people don't buy, and we put it together in a whole 35-page doc, and it's really just a 35-page doc. So when we're done using it, I'll template it and I'll put it in University for us. Very good. And exactly. So Rongo Skincare is huge. Just that we can't sell those branded items. We have to ask our supplier to give us a similar product with the same end result like that one. Exactly. Not selling the same exact one because Dr. Relaxant is branded. Most things on here are branded, right? When we're saying things are not branded, it's on AliExpress. Those aren't real brands. These products are brands on here. You want to sell something almost identical, right? But it's not the same exact item. You get it from your private supplier. Yes. So Korean skincare is huge right now. Also, hint, hint, ladies and gents, PDRN. PDRN. Okay? PDRN is salmon sperm. Okay? And it's the hottest thing from Korea. Okay? And it's now coming into US. It's one of the hottest things. I found PDRN. Ron, when I found PDRN 6 to 8 months ago, right? Now it's starting to get really, really hot, right? So look into PDRN. PDRN. Right? It's salmon sperm. That's what it is, right? And it's a cream, right? Particularly PDRN in lotion, form, and also in the facial mask form. That works extremely well, and it's crushing right now. PDRN products, right? It's Korean skincare, right? Specifically PDRN. Absolutely look into that market. And because we have our 20 products, but I started not too long ago, so I'm just doing landing pages. No, you definitely got a good time. Like typically, like I'm always gonna make sure my products are selling like the last 3 to 6 months, right? But typically, products that you're finding new research on should continue to trend for a very, good amount of time over, much over a year, especially after you building a brand around it. It's not even really, focused on the trend, right? It's great to build in the trend, but you build your brand and then you control your trend essentially. Very good. George says, in fact, all my skincare and energy products, I would definitely bring them back. Definitely don't have Dr. Relaxant or anything like that. Bring your skincare and anti-aging products back, right? Don't sell the same exact items as Dr. Relaxant because it's branded. You want to get your own particular products. Very good. Yep, that's exactly correct. Awesome. Yep, PDRN. Beef tallow is also really, really good, right? Beef tallow is definitely something that's super hot. PDRN is more like at spur of the moment right now, disgustingly hot. I would say both those products are absolutely phenomenal, right? Jordan says, one of my fiancés use that salmon sperm. I always give her, yeah, it's one of the hottest particular items right now. So everyone should write down PDRN. Everyone should write down crow's feet. Everyone should write down cellulite. Everyone should write down anti-aging. Everyone should write down exfoliation. Those particular products are extremely hot. Okay, perfect. All right. Joey says crushing rate is yes, 100%. It's just starting to be hot now, Joey. So 100% get into it. Definitely something you want to get into now. Maria says, how do we get into custom branding? If we can't sell famous brand, how do we sell skincare products then? What you do, Marina, for example, the way that we built our skincare brand is it was a product that was focused on exfoliation. And then what we did is we brought it in and it helped your face glow, right? And we turned it into a product that was a play on glowing skin, right? So what you do is you use the particular branding and product that you have access to at first. And then as you gain traction and consistency, you speak with your supplier, right? And you typically ask them, can I go ahead and start moving into custom branding? They'll typically tell you yes, and they'll help you with kind of getting that put together. And then they essentially give you a bottle, right? And your custom branding for these types of products is a bottle with the logo on it as well, right? So that's how you do custom branding. You're not there yet, Marina. Once you're there, you want to contact your supplier and they walk you through it very, very cleanly, which is really good. And that's what we did for our skincare company too. Just even those brands probably started exactly, Jordan, like literally most of these products start from Ali, but then they become their own branded products thereafter. So yes, you're still going it with the same approach. Yeah, Alan goes, in skincare, they use sheep placenta too. And here's the thing. When you could have a unique twist, Alien, this is a great point to what you just said. So for example, when you guys notice, and this is like a great point to what Ron mentioned as well with the beef tallow, the reason it does well is because it's getting a similar result to other products in the marketplace via skincare and everything, or whatever you're referring to, right? But when you add something unique into it, like beef sheep placenta or beef tallow, whatever it may be, something unique and different, it makes it new, right? And that's what typically does well in a hot market. That's why PDRN is doing so well, because it's getting the same result as like a similar skincare type product, but it's PDRN, it's salmon sperm, it's different, it's new, it's the hottest thing, right? So that's why those types of products are great to kind of build brands around, because you can build some great market share in the early stages. That's why PDRN is so hot right now, right? Yeah, Spencer, that's a good question. You have to be really bored for that one, right? That's you just said, so if I try to reinvent the wheel, how can I bounce back again? Well, I mean, you want to focus on what's already working, Eugenius, right? And that's what I would do. I would go back and focus on what's already working, right? And you could take what you've done and work it into what's already working. But there's no reason to reinvent the wheel because it's already there, what's working, and you put it into our structure. Right? Alan goes, is custom amazing, Joy? Alan goes, is custom branding the same as private label? No, right? No, because no, right? Custom branding is when you're doing your own custom branding. Private label is kind of like you're selling someone else's product, and you're just kind of like white labeling it a little bit. So no, a little bit different. Cool. Yeah, whatever you need, Miranda, get any extra movement. You can even go through and find some hot products, and we'll help you guys shortlist them as well. Yeah, right. Yeah, beef tallow is extremely freaking hot. I know buddies who built some big brands in beef tallow. Definitely good product. Definitely good market. Yeah. and Jordan, very good. All right. So guys, let's go even deeper as well. So let's take a look. So let me move this one sec. For example, as we also go into here, one thing I want to give you guys as well. Who has seen those skincare kind of acid masks? Like, it's not like acid. I want to see if it's on here to show you guys. Yep, face peel. We're like a Dr. Relaxin selling this as well. I'm not going to sell Dr. Relaxin face peel or what looks like Dr. Relaxin. I'm going to sell a face peel though, right? That my supplier will supply me. That is modeling this. Okay, this is super hot. Okay, acid face peel. Okay, this is so freaking hot. Okay, so hint, guys, please put this on your list as well. Not just this exact one, okay, but face peels in general, okay, are extremely hot. Okay, look into this, right? This is something that I'm personally looking even deeper into as well. This goes hand in hand with anti-aging. So doing these types of products are really good. Okay, let's keep going. And like, these are good. Like these are good, but like I just said, I already said beef tallow. And for example, this is a beef tallow brand. We're not going to go ahead and copy Evil Goods, but we're going to look for our own beef tallow, right? And look at their hooks and anglings as to how they're selling, and then take similar hooks and angles with our own style brand, right? That's exactly what we're doing. Jared goes, is your product research slowly? Calidata, PP ads, and BSF systems. So you shortlist your products on Calidata and PP, right? And then you put it through the BSF product research system, Jared. Personally, I like Calidata more than PP ads for the product research, but for the downloadable content, I like PP ads more, right? So that's kind of my preference, but I use both. And then after you're done shortlisting, you put your products through the actual BSF product research system. And guys, this is literally exactly what I'm doing to find our own brand products. This is like literally exactly what I'm doing. Like exactly what we're doing here is exactly what we're doing, right? Jordan goes, well, here's what you do, Jordan. So at first, you're utilizing PP ads to go ahead and use UGC. It's people who are just posting content of them, wearing the product, right? You're using UGC at first to get you off the ground. Then what you do, right, is you start to go ahead and get your own content, right? And then send it. You could start creating your own content, right? And that's exactly what we're doing. So you get off the ground with PP ads, right? Utilizing content that's available to you already. So you don't have to spend any money to get off the ground. Or you can, if you want, you could start creating your own content right away and spending money on it. But I wouldn't recommend it. You don't need to do that. You could just start utilizing what's available to you. And then when you start getting movement, what you're able to do, right, is start taking, let's say you have a ton of units. You could ship the units off to influencers, have them film your own custom content, send it back to you, and then you could mix and match the custom content you just got with the content you've been using already, or you could create all new content. But the goal is look at what's already working in the marketplace, what's already converting, and then model off of that, model off of that, get new content, build it off of that. And that's exactly what we're doing right now as well. Bobby goes, would it be advisable to look through comments and reviews and hit an angle that other big brands aren't hitting, or best to follow their established angles? Well, Bob, at first, 100% recommend hitting their established angles, right? And then what you're going to do thereafter is you start creating new renditions, right? New hooks, new angles, etc. Right? That is exactly what you would typically do. So at first, you don't want to reinvent the wheel. You don't want to reinvent the wheel at first, just so you can kind of get on the bandwagon, what's doing well already, right? And then you start going deeper into homework on the messaging, new hooks, new angles, okay, etc. That's what you do. So at first, Bob, established angles, then we get deeper to get deeper scaling. Joey goes, are you seeing duck fat is hot? Yeah, I am, but it's not as hot as the other things just because, Joey, it's not as focused on like pain and emotion, right? It's more of like a cooking thing. It's not as more of like a confidence thing. So I would say duck fat's good, but focus more on the other types of products that I recommended. Also, guys, other great markets, women's shapewear, absolutely crushing right now. Like anything, like women's shapewear in general. So like I said, cellulite in general, absolutely crushing the game, those types of products. Also, eye bag products, like I said, retinol cream, crow's feet, right? Those types of particular items. And also like other mirrored niches as well. Like I said, face peel is extremely hot, right? I want you guys to continue to look into face peel, right? Here's the thing. So red light therapy obviously is hot, but it's not something I would really recommend so much. Like it is hot and I would still sell it, but it's been around a bit. I would more so get into like PDRN, like I told you guys, right? Those types of products like Korean skincare, right? All these markets, guys, that I'm giving are like genuinely super hot, right? And no one else is talking about these types of markets. No one's just deliberately giving markets like this, right? So shortlist all of these. Very good. Very nice. Jordy goes, if PP Ads has UGC content already on Facebook, can we still download those and use them? It won't get flagged and meta download for Cal data because they figured it was TikTok. Well, PP Ads here's the thing, and you could get flagged for anything on Facebook, right? Typically, I have not experienced many issues with that at all, Jordan. I have not really experienced any issues with that. So no, but can it happen? Yeah, it definitely can happen, right? Joey says, okay, I was thinking health benefits. Yeah. And here's the thing. Like I said, you're right. And guys, listen to this point. Yeah. And PP ads. And Jared, it's so cool because what you do, Jared, is you go on PP ads and it's so easy, right? You just click download you type in your product and then you just click download right there. And you could have a whole list of 15 new ads shortlisted in literally 5 minutes. And you could be having your store be doing 1-2K a day in literally a few weeks if you launch it, right? Because you have access to all this content. It is literally, I'm telling you, guys, the reason I'm saying that e-commerce is easier than it's ever been since 2016, 2017 is because it is, right? We have all these systems. PP Ads gives us the ad content right away. It's UGC right away, right? And then what you're doing is as you recreate your ad content, you're just taking it all, putting it into our system even deeper, right? And you're mixing and matching new content that you've got along with the content that's already working, right? And that's what we're doing here, right? And that's the difference. So when you particularly have all of this put together, you have all this, we're literally having all the systems being laid out, giving the markets, giving the exact products, right? All we have to do is understand that you're just going to have to roll through a few of these and you're going to have something that hits, right? For my guys who are new. My guys who are scaling, right? This is the biggest and best opportunity for us to start building portfolios, right? This is what we want to start focusing on, guys. This has never been an easier time to build out 3, 4, 5, 6 brands at the same time. Mike goes, is the revenue rate on the Cal data based on a monthly basis? Yeah, this is monthly. This is pretty much monthly, right? Which is pretty sick. And here's the thing, this is page 3. And guys, typically, I like to see in terms of the revenue, for products that I'm going into, 150 and higher, right? When I'm looking at Cal data, roughly, I'll still look at things that are lower as well because I'm going deep in the market. Because typically, guys, what you'll see is as you go deeper through Cal data and it gets lower and lower in revenue, right? What you're going to start to see is you might notice as you're doing, hey, remember Medicube that you said, Sebastian? There you go, right? Or Spencer, right? So notice, guys, as you start to see particular products like with revenue like this, or like 50K, 100K, whatever, you might notice that down the road you start seeing it closer on page one, right? Because it's starting to get hotter and hotter, right? And those are things you want to notice, which is cool. But don't overcomplicate it, right? The reason I'm going through it like this is because we don't need to overcomplicate it. We just want to get involved in good markets. And I'm happy that we got that cleared up as well. Because what Ron was saying, guys, is not to avoid those markets, but to avoid selling the same exact product as these people, because then you'll get a cease and desist from Dr. Relaxin, right? And that's not what you want, right? You're not going to be selling literal Dr. Relaxin branded products, right? These are branded. You want to sell similar goods to them, right? Now, George, so I like to download the videos and use as a voiceover for my existing video content too. Yeah, and that's definitely a phenomenal thing to do, right? Now, one of the things I want us to realize as well, so historically, Facebook would like it when we would, just clip up a few things here and there, clip up. Now it really likes it when it's a whole new concept. So do your best to have all new concepts in every new ad video that we make. That's kind of the goal, right? Yeah, Chris goes, I always fear that unbranded skincare hair products would disappoint/deceive result-wise versus the big brands. What's your thought on this? I'm probably overthinking. Well, no, because here's the thing. You only build the brand if people are happy with the product, right? Luckily, we have good suppliers that's great products, right? So typically, no, you're good, right? And that's the thing. You want to make sure you have a great product from your supplier, and we have great suppliers to where you could offer great items to where the people are happy. Like with our skincare brand, people are reordering all the time, right? And they're buying the subscription on the second purchase a lot as well. So that's the main thing. When you have good suppliers, Chris, you're golden. But if you don't, and you don't have relationships, you're not in a program like this, and you got to work with some AliExpress supplier, it's a real concern. And you have to confirm before you ever sell. But when you sell and you have good suppliers, you automatically will know that you have great products. And that's why we can give 30-day money back guarantees on everything that we sell through our suppliers, which is awesome. Okay. Now, well, no, Jordan. So typically, like when your supplier it wouldn't be so Jordan goes, so initially the customer would get a bottle with no label on it, just asleep. No. So typically when your supplier is supplying your product, they're going to be having like a placeholder brand. That's not a real brand. It just kind of looks like the perception of a brand that makes the bottle itself look better, right? And that's what you're using to get off the ground. And then you start replacing it with custom branding after. Yeah, because keep in mind, Jordan, like your suppliers already know what they're doing, right? Like they make their money off of building brands with people like us who do e-commerce dropshipping to start the company and then expand it, right? So they already know, like they're on, they understand the assignment, basically, But yeah, let's keep going in here, guys. And also one thing I want to take a look at as well, right? So guys, I literally gave us like 15 different niches and potential great products for skincare, and we're selling, and some of them we're already having brands built around. I'm just deliberately telling this, right? So, guys, this recording is going to be a gem. So please watch this recording over and over again. Okay, now let's look into shapewear. So notice what I did when it loaded, guys. It gave me like low revenue products, right? And then when I click on revenue and bring highest to the top, right? This is what happens. Okay, let's take a look at this. Okay, now. This specifically is a woman's two-piece round neck tee, high waist legging set. Okay, so it kind of looks a little bit generic to me, guys, right? A little bit generic, but it's doing really good in revenue, right? So this shows me, okay, it's a little bit generic, but they might have their messaging dialed in, right? So typically something I would do is I would look deeper into this particular brand and actual item, and I would try to find some of the ads that people are running with this, right? To see the hooks and angles that they're running, right? Because what is it that they're solving for? Like, is it just like, breathable leggings and whatnot? Because if it is, that's not like the strongest pain and emotion for me. And, it's kind of deceiving because like 5 million in revenue, holy shit, it's a lot. It's a lot of money, right? But, frankly, I'm not really that keen on products like that, right? Yeah, and, this could be a drop. And typically, Bobby, by looking at this type of item, very general, right? Huge revenue. You see a bump there. I'm really, thinking this is probably a big brand who does drops and things like that, right? And also they have like tons of email lists, huge SMS lists, right? Massive company. So typically this isn't really something that I would be so excited about, even though it has 5 million in revenue. It's not really just the hottest thing that I would look at, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. right? So let's take a look at Tarte Big Stick Energy Duo, Shape Tape Concealer Stick and Brush. Okay, I've actually seen this. I've seen this around actually a few times, and I've actually seen this selling decently well, which is cool. So, this is a product I'll probably keep on my list, but I'm going to continue doing my product research down here. Okay, 600K lounge dress. Okay, cool. It's very general, very general. Okay. Notice, guys, even though these have big revenue, I'm not really that hot on them. I'm not really like looking to add them to my list right away because there's not really that much pain or emotion involved in these, right? So I'm looking for products where it's gonna make the women like look better, feel better as soon as they put it on, something like that, right? So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Jackware pockets, yeah, cool. Got it. Okay, very, very cool. I'm gonna keep going. Notice how I'm not just giving myself a reason. Oh, this is a good product. This is a good fucking product, right? Because I remember when I was young, right, and I used to start. I'm like, oh, I would try to think I was smart. Like, oh, this is cool. This is nice. This is cool. No, like there's specific items that people, like, but we need products that sell on hardcore impulse, guys, right? Because that's what's gonna have things selling quickly and consistently. Robin says we're doing impulse buys and some of these products are marketed differently to that. Literally exactly. So I'm not saying these aren't good. Some of these aren't good products. I mean, it's doing 600K a month. It's probably a good product, right? But what we're doing for the business model that we're doing here, some of these aren't the best fit, right? And that's why, guys, I want you to notice, notice when I typed in shapewear, like I'm not just like, oh my God, yeah. I'm going through and I'm being strict. So Robin, your point is exactly correct. And really nothing here is really making me that hot. Okay. So I'm going to keep going. Okay. I'm going to keep going. Right. Boom. Okay. Now, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. You know what? Let's take a look here. One of the things that I've been seeing heavily, okay, from all the research that I've been doing in women's skin and women's skincare and also just women's markets, because a lot of my brands right now are in women's markets. And I see a lot of spillover when people talking about not having a comfortable bra, things of this nature, bras digging in, right? Some pain, right? And also emotion as well, because it's an emotional thing, right? Women's wireless bra comfort, right? No padding, no underwire, comfort here. Okay, this is good. It's just not the most, raw emotion. This fits pain, which I like, right? But this is also massively of a general market. And here's the thing: if I can find a product that makes emotional, logical sense and also solves a pain point. And this one, the pain point is actual pain, uncomfortable bras, digging in of that nature. Okay. This could be a potential good product because this is super evergreen. I've already seen through a ton of my research, right, that a properly fitting bra like this is something that women can't find. And also, hint, I'm involved in a very similar market, okay, that led me to know that this is a particular hot market to get into. Okay. Therefore, I'm going to shortlist this. Right? I'm going to shortlist this, right? This is going to be something that I'm going to shortlist, right? So that's really good, right? Notice this product is a bit more direct with instantly, feeling or looking better, right? Instant result. We're looking for instant result. We're not looking for something like duck fat where we can eat it for 6 months and then have clearer skin later. I'm looking for instant movement, instant result. Right? Perhaps maybe some of the ladies can let us know if many returns through imperfect fitting are likely with bras, right? I'll definitely tell you this. In general, returns are higher with clothing, way higher than clothing, right? And I'll tell you, that's one of the downfalls, the pitfalls when you're dealing with like shapewear and clothing is the fitting. And a lot of the time you get people, hey, can I do an exchange here and there? And guess what? Totally cool with that. Totally cool with that. That's one of the caveats of clothing. Right? But it's one of the reasons that, it sells so well because people buy it very frequently and they're accustomed to being able to do that. And I have no problem doing it. Right? Yeah, 100%. Very good. Okay. Jordan goes, what's a good price? What's a good price to keep things to fall under impulse buy? Well, not even so much, Jordan, because on the brand that we got, the new brand that we got doing 10K days, the main thing that's selling is our buy two, get one, and that's at around $80, right? So you could still have impulse buys at $100 or lower. And also, Jordan, our buy three, get two is now like 105-ish, right? Because remember I told us I increased it from 99 and it's still selling very well. So typically I'm $100 and below is what I would say that metric is, Jordan, for that type of question. Very good. Yep. And this is phenomenal, right? So notice the difference between an item like my pleasure, Jordan. an item like this, right? And items like we were looking at previously. Okay. Now, let's take a look at some of these. What we got here? Blend from half wig, hair regular, shag now. Oversized fall hoodie. Let's take a look at this, as a matter of fact. Okay, now we're exiting winter now. Reason I was keen on this, I did 50K days on the teddy bear coat, right? Because it was an oversized style of hoodie that was very unique, right? And was just very chic, but not typically falling in line with what we see doing well now with emotion and pain. So it's not something I really want to look at too much. Okay. Pretty general. Okay, so notice what I'm doing. I'm being very, very cautious as I scroll through here, right? Shapewear specifically is not something you're going to be having, bang, 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 bang products consistently, right? You want to find those items that have a bit of different feel, because with shapewear, with clothing, the differentiator is really the feel, if something digs in or not, if it takes away a pain from something that hurt previously, the material, right? That's what we're typically looking for, right? Thank you, Joey. That's what we're typically looking for, right? But I want you to notice, look how much, kind of more quick and keen we were to jump for products in the skincare market, right? Than we were in shapewear. Shapewear is great. I love this, but I want us to heavily focus on those other types of markets that we talked about previously. That's where I want our head to be. So what I want us to do, guys, we're going to jump fully into our long form Q&A today now. Okay. And I want everyone to literally take everything that we just went through, okay, and do the same type of approach. Use the same markets, and literally, guys, all the same. I gave us like 15 or 20 markets today, just markets, niches, areas of niches, right? Watch this session over again, write it down a few times over, and start living in those markets, right? Because, guys, I'm telling you, like when we start honing in on these areas, it makes things very easy, right? And that's the difference maker, right? And when we actually realize products like that are a lot easier to sell than like picture frames and other types of items, like you'll never want to get out of a market. You never want to get out of these types of markets where it's like deliberately focused on like direct satisfaction, directly getting them value, having them have it as soon as they use the product, right? That's why I love these items. And again, with consumables, we can get deeper into subscription and MRR, which is what I love personally. So we're gonna jump right into it with my man Bobby. Bobby, good to see you and good to hear you today, sir. How are you doing today?
Yeah, how's it, Justin?
Good, brother. Good to see you.
Good, good, good. Uh, yeah, I got a couple questions. One's kind of technical. I know I messaged you earlier about the breakdowns on the meta ads, but I realized that the ones that weren't showing were the ads that I put into my scaling ad set using the post ID. So is there any other way to get the breakdown? The other ones where it says where you create ad and you just make your original ad, it's showing me, what headline, all the headlines for it, and it's listing all the ad copies and all that stuff. But if I use the post ID and put it into the scaling ad set, it doesn't show me that breakdown.
What you can start doing is just migrating the creative over to it, right? Without doing
Um,
post ID, if you want to go that route, right? Typically, what I was experiencing the same issues with Facebook, and then it started loading for me, right? Sometimes like the breakdown doesn't load data, and then if you refresh
uh,
it 3 times, it does load it. It's just
yeah,
how finicky Facebook ad platform is. But for you, if you're noticing that, I would just try bringing the creative over, right,
yeah.
in a generic way rather than the post ID transition. If that makes the adjustment, then do it in that way moving forward, and you should
Okay.
be able to read the data.
So is there really any difference between doing like a hard
Yeah,
duplicate where you
yeah,
say keep comments versus a post ID?
yeah, dude. Literally, you could do two things. You know how in the ad account, like you could create a campaign in like multiple different ways. You like click create,
Mhm.
you could go in here, you could
Yeah.
like different buttons.
Mhm.
Sometimes when you click different buttons, you'll get different glitches, right? And I've experienced that so much in my life. So yes, if you do things differently that do the same thing, you can sometimes get like a random rejection or like for example, sometimes I'll go to approval, it'll say, oh, this for whatever reason is not getting approved. I'll refresh it, it goes away, and it's gone. Right? That's how Facebook ad
Uh-huh.
platform works. Right? So yes.
Okay. All right, cool. I'll try duplicating from now on to see if it shows me the breakdown because I got like a lot of ads with multiple sales and I just don't know which headline was using and what
Yeah,
ad.
that's a great, good problem to have, right? And I want you to definitely start transitioning over with just the clean creative transition because I do want you obviously seeing that data because that's what's
Right,
going to play part in us scaling obviously even further with you.
right. Cool. Um,
Congrats on your first $1,000 day as well.
yeah, thank you. So that brings me to my other question, and that is, so as far as like my ad account, this is what I noticed. So I almost did another 1K day. It was like 850 or something like that. That was like 2 days ago. And I got really busy here doing stuff like packing up my mom's house and movers and all this other
Did you
stuff.
not add the creatives in one night?
I for 2 days I didn't do anything. I didn't touch the budget. I didn't touch anything. And then all of a sudden it did it.
Yes.
And
Okay.
then
Every
one more
day.
thing, one more
Yeah.
thing.
Sorry.
Because it's still the observation is still going, right? So I was like, oh wow, I almost did another 1K day and I didn't touch it. So let me not touch it for another day. And it did okay. And then yesterday was basically I guess a terrible day if you want to call it. Only had like 3 sales. And I was like, all right, time to
Yeah.
refresh everything. But then today, this morning, all of a sudden it's like I'm already got like seven different units sold. It's like basically on track to do another 1K day and I haven't touched it. So that's
Okay.
where
No,
I'm at right now.
okay. So this is amazing because I was wanted to bring this up when I was going through product research before.
Hmm.
Okay. So this is everyone pay attention to this piece. So Bobby's doing around 1K days right now. And the goal is now to go ahead and get past it. And Bobby has noticed, hey, sometimes when I don't continue the trend of what I've been doing to the ad account, I could see different results. Bobby
Hmm.
also noticed, hey, sometimes when I just let it sit and let it be, I still get great results. Okay, but what we want here is I want constant, I want every day 1K day, every single day.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, and then this is what you need to do. In our new brand, it's
Hmm.
doing 10K days now. It's probably gonna do 10K day again today. It did 10K day yesterday. It did a 9K day the day before. It did an 8K day the day before. Right? What's happening is it's consistent and it's slightly scaling without me touching the budget because I'm consistent with adding my creatives every day and I'm
Hmm.
optimizing for conversion rate on a consistent basis, right? Which
Hmm.
is giving me more revenue with the same spend. What I want you to understand here, ad accounts work in a way where when you get into a rhythm, it starts to get into a rhythm. Okay, so
Hmm.
when you start putting it into a rhythm, Bob, where we're uploading creatives on a consistent basis, and then you stop because we had something happen in life or whatever, right?
Hmm.
That will throw it off, right? And I've
Hmm.
tested this in mind so many times, right? To where I'm like, Ron, don't touch the ad